Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday Morning Makes on a Saturday night. It's about 9 p.m. right now. I have been creating since about 7:30 tonight. I had a lovely interruption today. My sister was able to come and visit, and we took a really long walk and enjoyed the sunshine. The sun came out. It was cold here. We actually had frost for the first time, but she came over and the sun was out, and we took a nice walk and had a nice visit. So what a blessing that was. Love you, Beth. So that was a joy for me, and just really, really fun. And I'm just so thankful I got to spend time with her. I have a little happy mail to share, and then I also want to just welcome some people to Saturday Morning Makes. Maddie of Empty Nest Scrapper is new to our Saturday crafting family. And I shared her video on my community. So welcome, Maddie. We're so happy that you're sharing with Saturday Morning Makes in this community. And then I also want to welcome Marcy M. of Harley's Paper Crafts. I think I'm saying that right. So Marcy M., I think she was away for a while and she came back. I can't remember now. But anyway, I wanted to welcome, just say welcome to her too. And then I wanted to mention my friend Cindy of Daydreaming to Create. She has a new room tour up, and she did it a while ago, but I just saw it recently. And if you've never seen her craft room tours, you will love them. If you love vintage and things like milk glass and just old vintage things, old office equipment, typewriters, things like that, you will love her office. It's just antique furniture. It's the way I wish my office was. If I had a big house and I could make a studio the way I wanted it, I would do it the way she's done it, with antique furniture and just vintage things. It's my love. So if you wanted to check that out, I just thought I would mention it. It's Daydreaming to Create is the channel. And I believe I also shared that in my community tab, along with so many of the beautiful videos that you all have been posting. I am blessed to share a happy mail card. Some of you know from all the many wishes that I received in the last few days that I just celebrated a birthday. I got this beautiful, beautiful card. See if you can guess who this is from just by looking at it. Some of you will know who made this card just by looking at the coloring. This was done by the wonderful Sybil B. And Sybil, thank you. Hello, my darling, and thank you for this card. Sybil is an incredible colorist. She's a scrapbooker. She's a card maker. She's just, she's a homemaker. She shared things about her craft room. She just has a wonderful YouTube channel, Sybil B. So you should go check her out if you don't already know who she is, which I'm sure many of you do. Please go visit her channel and say hello. Tell her Jill sent you. And look at this gorgeous coloring. Oh my goodness. I just love this. And I love how she even put a little nose on this CC Designs image. And it says, "Happy birthday to you" on the little banner that she's holding. Isn't that adorable? Oh my gosh. Look at the coloring and the shading. I think she used a stencil to do the balloons. She's got clear, sparkling sequins in different sizes on here. And then a happy birthday sentiment. And it's so sweet. She says, "Dear Jill, happiest of birthdays to you. I hope your special day is absolutely wonderful and brings you much happiness. Big hugs and love, Sybil B." So isn't that sweet? And then she has Made with Love by Sybil Brewer. And again, these are made by our wonderful Susan Laverty. And I just think it's so sweet that Susan sends those out in happy mail to people. So this is just a stunning birthday card. Sybil, this is going up on my desk, and it'll probably be here all year. So I have many of Sybil's cards, and if you remember at Christmas time, I shared some of the ones that I've been blessed to receive from her. So Sybil, thank you, honey. You made my day. You made my month. So what a blessing. I just want to mention, I do have some footage of some watercoloring footage that I recorded. I don't know whether to put it on or not because I'm just learning. So I may include some of it and watch it, don't watch it. I don't know. But I did have fun creating a card. I'll show you the card that I did. It's this one, and it uses this beautiful Black Cap Chickadee stamp by Carolyn Shores Wright, and she's just an incredible artist. And this was done by Stamps Happen Incorporated. It was licensed from her artwork. So, and oh, I just love that. So I have Black Cap Chickadees in my yard, and I fell in love with that stamp when I got it. So this is the pencils that I used, I talked about this a little bit in the video, so I won't go into detail now, but I do like these metallic pencils, and they're by a company called Ebu. And I got mine at the thrift store for $2.99. Can't beat that. To make the card, I used just a watercolor panel from this little Master's Touch 140 pound 300 GSM paper pad from Michaels. So I just bought this little one to play with. I do have other watercolor cardstock, and I have done some watercoloring in the past, but I wanted just a little tiny one to keep up here in my office so that I could do some watercoloring. So that's what I got. For my paper, I ended up using a paper from this Memory Box Poinsettia Plaid paper pad. And this is 12 double-sided papers, 24 6x6 inch sheets. It's 65-pound weight cardstock. There is some gold, foil in the papers. And I picked this up over Christmas, and it has like a Santa Claus post office thing. It has Merry Christmas with little pine in it. It has a Christmas delivery, a North Pole right here. Just all sorts of really neat images. I'll go like this, and you can take a picture and then flip your phone. But it's just by Studio Light, and that's a better picture, I think. You can see the stamps a little bit better because it shows them stamped out. And so I used this Silent Night, and I stamped that several times going down the left side of the card and also a little bit on the right. I used the Merry Christmas on the inside. What else did I use? I used this North Pole on the right side of the card, and I used the Joy to the World on the front. And then I used this little village scene on the card too, right here. So the Silent Night is going down the side here, and I stamped it in tea dye ink. It's very faint, but it's there. And then the North Pole one right here is right here. So what a fun stamp set. I'll show you the inside of the card, and you can see how it looks with that beautiful Merry Christmas script. And then on the back, I used a little wood stamp. What did I do with it now? Oh, here it is. I used this, and this doesn't have any information on it, but it says, "From our home to yours with love." So it's this little wood stamp. And again, I don't have any information. It feels kind of like a PSX, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I used that to stamp on here, and I actually stamped it a little bit crookedly, but oh well. I should have used my Stamp-A-Majig, but I didn't. So that's what's on the back of the card, and then I did do a button and lace and bring the lace around to the back. And then last but not least, I did spray it with glitter spray. So I love the sparkle that this adds, and I use that glitter dust that comes in the can, and I use the silver because the gold for me here in the Pacific Northwest where I am, the gold just always clogs. So I use the silver, and I just love the additional sparkle that it adds to the card. And then I also used some gold metallic paint, and that is from a Prima art. Let's see. It's metallic is it this one or this one? There's two of these. I'll show you. I think it's this one. There's metallic watercolors, and there's two different sets of these. And I'll show you. Let's see. Is it this one that I used? I can't remember now. Yeah. I use this color right here. It's already all dried up, but that's what I use to do a little bit of just, flicking some gold around the card. So I just think this turned out pretty good. It's like I said, I am learning to watercolor. I'm still learning. And I did the method where I take the brush to the tip of the pencil, and then I also did some direct pencil to paper. But I do like doing that just for the control it gives me because I'm new and I'm learning. And then I did do the background of the whole, after I finished the main part of it, I did just use my brush and paint to paint around the card a little bit in the background. So I will maybe attach some footage. If you guys want to watch it, you can, or you can just bypass it. But I will try and do that. So that is my Saturday morning make for the birds theme for Two Crafters, One Design. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I thought I was going to get a lot further, but again, I had that lovely visit with my sister, and what a joy that was. And I'm just so happy to have this sweet Happy Mail. And I wanted to mention Lynn, the gift diva, has sent me a box of Happy Mail that I just received. So I am hoping to film a video and open the box on camera. So I just want to thank Sybil again for her beautiful card. I want to thank all of you that are joining in with Snowmen in January, the Two Crafters, One Design, and Saturday Morning Makes. And don't forget about Poet Spice embellishments on the 11th. And I also shared a couple other new hashtags for Christmas and stuff on my community tab. Someone was asking about what hashtags are available. So I am sharing them on my community tab. And if you're looking for inspiration, you're not sure what you want to make, go to my community tab, because that will give you ideas on some of the available hashtags. And it's nice when someone gives you a jump off point when you're struggling to know what to do. So you're not sure what you want to make. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and just happy creating. And I can't wait to see more of your posts. I'm always so impressed with everything that everybody is making, and I've been enjoying all of the snowman cards and also the bird projects. So much fun to see what everybody does, and also all of the people that have already received Anna's stamps and are coloring them and making projects. So fun. I know Ginger shared some, Ginger Angler, and I'm trying to remember who, Lisa had already made some stuff. I'm trying to remember who else did. I can't remember now. Anyway, I got mine today, so I will share that with the Happy Mail that I also got from Lynn, the Gift Diva, in a separate video. All right, everybody. Bye now. Have a wonderful weekend. Hi, everybody. All right, I am going to try watercoloring this sweet image. Again, I showed it to you in the earlier video, but this is from Carolyn Shores Wright, and this is a Stamps Happen Incorporated stamp, and just a beautiful image. So we'll leave that there for inspiration on how to color. And then these are some metallic watercolor pencils, metallic pencils that I picked up at the thrift store a while back at Goodwill. And I just thought I might try using these today to do this. So we'll see how this goes. There's a couple different ways. I don't know. I tend to like tip to tip. So I'm going to just try wetting the tip of this and seeing how much color I can get. And we'll just go in here. I haven't wet this image yet. Oh, and you know what I didn't grab? Let's see. I'm just going to grab a dry cloth a little bit. That's a little too wet. Okay. And we'll see. I think my brush is actually a little too wet. But let's see what we can do here. Just want to give kind of a darker green color to these pines. And I really should sharpen these before I do this, but there we go. So I'm just going to lay down some color on the pines first. If you're new to watercoloring, I think tip-to-tip coloring like this, where you're just taking your brush to the tip of your pencil, is a nice way to start. And it's also just a nice way to color. It's very, very relaxing. At least for me, I find it that way. So, and I like, this is very Christmassy, the colors that they used on here, but I may go a little more, I might just go a little bit more earth tones today. I'm in the mood to make this kind of a more earth-toned shaded. So I was even thinking of doing the berries as those blue, like juniper berries. So we'll see where I end up here. The other way that you can do it, of course, is to take your pencil directly to the paper and lay some color down, and then take your paintbrush, your wet paintbrush, and then just pull that color out to the ends, you know, or whatever direction you want to pull it in. But adding that water just helps you to move the color around, of course. I think the most important thing when you're creating is to just play and have fun. I'm just laying some baseline color down, and then you can always go back with your pencil later and darken the places where you think there should be shadow. Oops, I got a little too much water again. All right, so I will probably go in and add some darker detail to some of the bases of the pines. But there you can see just the start of my watercoloring using these metallic pencils. All right, I'm back again. I'm trying to zoom in a little closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. I have colored 2 tones of green on the greenery, 2 tones of blue on the berries, and then 2 shades of red for the scarf. And the scarf got a little bit messy, and I finally found a different brush. I remembered where I stashed my brushes. They're with my watercolor pencils. Makes sense, right? Anyway, we're gonna go on to the tail feathers here, and they are, I'm just kind of following the inspiration piece that Carolyn Shores, when she originally painted this illustration, she has on the front of the stamp. And I hope you can see that. But I'm just using that as an inspiration jump off point. And I want to darken the feathers a little bit down here at the base. So I'm going to bring my watercolor pencil in, and I did this on the berries too, and just darken that up and then pull it out to the end so that we get lighter feathers towards the end. So there's that. I don't have, I've never, one of these days I might invest in a Prismacolor pencil palette, but I haven't done so yet. I just use what I have, you know, because this is just a hobby for me, and I have a lot to learn still. So. And remember, you do have to let it dry before you can kind of see how dark your tone is. It's, you know, it's going to dry and change slightly. So I do think this. All right. I'm going to blot that off again. Just dab a little tiny bit. Oops, that's too much. Woo! All right. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. I do like the way she has some lighter, let's see, I need the really light gray, and I'm just gonna pull in a little bit of gray down in here at the head, if you will, and then we'll do a little yellow highlight like she did, if I can find some yellow. Let's see, do I have a yellow? Oh, I do. I have a very pristine yellow watercolor pencil, so let's see if I can grab some of this. And she just has a little cheek highlight in yellow. So we'll just put that in. It's a little more than I wanted, but that's all right. And then we're going to add some yellow to the star up here. I think I want to go in with a darker yellow. This one's a little too light. Let's get a golden yellow from my other kit of Prima pencils. We'll see if we can get, we want to get this a little bit darker. And I probably need to dry this off a little bit. It's a little wet. Let's see here. Just push some of that color around a little bit. All right, so that's what we have so far. Here's the inspiration piece that I'm using is the stamp itself, and it's coming along. All right, So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this blue area, and then I'm going to let this dry a while, and then I'm going to go in and add additional color all through here. So we'll see where I end up, and hopefully I'll show you where I'm at right now, and then I'll see where I end up, okay? All right, I'm going to turn this off and come back later. Finished painting this sweet Carolyn Shores Wright stamp, and I wanted to come on really quick before I go and make a card with this and just tell you the complete product list of what I used. So I obviously used the stamp. The two paintbrushes that I used were a 2 and a 4, okay, and these are just little practice paintbrushes. Okay, I used a size 2 and a 4. The one that I started with that's slightly bent is a 2, and I will flatten that back out. But I pulled out 2 of my other brushes. So the sizes again are a 2 and a 4. So I thought I would mention that for those of you that are trying to learn to watercolor. And then I wanted to show you the palette I started with again was this set that I got at the thrift store that is this metallic, it's called Metallic Victorian Birds. And this is, and who's it by again? EBOO, E-E-B-O-O Corporation is who this is by, okay? And so that is what I started with, but I wanted to end by saying that I did add some of my Prima color pencil stash to this. And these are the colors that I added, a lighter gray, a very dark blue, 2 darker greens, a black to finish the black cap chickadee's head, and then this gold tone I needed to finish out the star. And it's the same color that I used to paint the background around the image. Okay, so this color that's on the star is also the tone that I used, one of the tones that I used. I used a yellow and this color here, which is number 88 for Prima. And that's the color that I also used on the background. And then the gold speckles that I used are from this Prima, I think is it Philosophy? It's Philosophy Art by Prima, Metallic Accent. These are metallics, and I used this tonal gold right here. That's what I used. And then this does come with some paintbrushes, which I had forgotten about too. So I could have just opened this up and used the paintbrushes in it. But this is a really pretty set to make beautiful paint splatter. What you want to do paint splatter is definitely get the paint very wet, very, very wet, and then dip your number 4 brush in and then just cover up your main image and then tap around your panel to add the little speckles. And you can also just take your brush and dot it, and that will work also if you'd rather have more control over what you're doing and you don't want to just do splatters. I end up with splatters all over my face every time I do it. So if you don't want that, you can also just use your brush and paint the splatters on if you want in a more controlled fashion. So I just wanted to show that. I wanted to tell you that the total number of pencils I used was 20. Started with just this pack, I think is a 12 colors, but I did end up adding to it. I added 8 more pencils. So I hope that helps for those of you that maybe are wanting to do more watercoloring in 2025. And I will be making a card with this and coming back and sharing some bird projects. Okay. All right, everybody. Happy Saturday Morning Makes. Happy 2 Crafters, 1 Design bird theme. And I'm so excited to go out and see everybody's posts with all the different hashtags. I hope to spend some time doing that later this afternoon or tomorrow even. So I hope you guys enjoy your weekend of creating, and I will be back with you soon to share more heart. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye now.